Hey guys, it's the History Nerd, and we are back with another exciting episode of Silent Hunter 5. Well, spinning around like crazy there, getting a nice view of the sky. So, sit rep. We got about 69% fuel level, which is a great number. Hardy har har. Our battery levels will be going up slowly and whatnot, and all that other stuff. Torpedoes, we got 4 in the tubes, 1 in reserve, and then all our aft torpedoes. And no promotion points. We're also about, I'm going to say 2/3 of the way done with the northwestern approaches. And still no other new missions are up. So, what we're going to do is start heading back in this direction, because we're going to have to resupply relatively soon, and hope we come across something fun. So we'll just set our course for about there, and we will get to the sailing. So that'll be good. Rough seas, so the captain's going to go below, because I don't want to get covered in seawater. In fact, you guys, you just do your thing up there, alright? Cool. And really, that is about it. So, I'll just be back when something exciting happens, I suppose. See y'all in a moment. Alright, so we came across one pretty quickly. Well, not really quickly, but this ship really did sneak up on us. And the time acceleration certainly did not help. So we've got another one of these merchant ships identifying as a what's the word I'm looking for? Military vessel. And she's moving at about 14 knots, so definitely going quick. For some reason, her spotting distance is very low. So, Los. That was a bit early. Hopefully we'll hit her in the front bits. And we'll get tube 2 set and ready to go. So we don't need to unlock that. That would be just fine. And hopefully these rough waves don't impede my torpedo too much. And we're gonna, oh, for crying out loud, stay locked. And we'll just get this guy ready, because I don't think one torpedo is gonna be enough. Definitely sounds like it was a contact there. And give me that. Actually, oh, crap. Give me that. Move it in. There's no real way this is going to work. And it looks like she's headed my direction. So we're definitely going to drop that down. And let's just quickly go and check out the damage. What side did you hit on? The world will never know, but she's definitely in flame. And what I'm going to try and do is position myself so that I can get a shot off with my rear-facing torpedo. So let's go that direction. And can we just put this up just a little bit? I can see that the waves are not going to really agree with me there. Let's just put this all the way up then. All the way up. Alright, I guess that's as high as she's going to go. And let's flip over to the rear torpedo. Oh my goodness. This weather not making it easy. So she's turning that way. And I'm kind of pulling up alongside her. That is not what I want to do. What I want to do is really more sort of that way, I would guess. What's your speed? 6 knots. So she's still moving, unfortunately. I mean, really, considering the size of this ship, I bet I could just launch a torpedo and it would hit. Because we're close. Quit dropping the lock. Oh my goodness. Come on. Quit it. We're so close. So close. And fire. There we go. So that torpedo's steaming towards him now. Just outside of the activation zone, which is handy. I'm not really sure how we're reloading this thing without being on the surface. Somehow we is. And that got her sunk. Right on. Okay, let's... well, we'll keep steaming. Just for a little bit. On our battery power. And, let's see. Do we see where this went in? No. But she's definitely hit and she's definitely sinking. So I just want to get out of the way a bit in case, you know, any of these dying sailors on this thing decide, hey, that submarine that hit us, that'd make a good target to shoot at while we're going down. Because that would just be a horrible way to end this brief little circumstantial victory. Nobody wants that. Guntram von Babenberg there is not going to die because, you know, some dying ship sent him to the bottom too. No, no, no. He'll be going out in a blaze of glory. Or of old age, well after the war is over. Sitting and relaxing. Reminiscing. I guess about all the fun times sinking ships in the North Atlantic. Not really sure that's a good thing to reminisce about. Okay, we should be far enough out. We can surface safely now. And by now, this crew is quite obviously dealing with far more important things than simply, you know, shooting at a U-boat. The seas are getting pretty high in this old ship. Or new ship. I shouldn't make that assumption. But we can see the front end is definitely going down. Definitely getting front heavy. And, yeah. Yeah, that's going under. So, let us plot a new course. Let's just take a look at our subsystems here. We got 60% fuel. And, I guess we're loading up one of them aft torpedoes. And the front one is reloading as well. That's interesting. Perhaps when that's done loading, that'll get transferred over. I'm not exactly sure, but it seems to me like we should be short even more. Regardless, we've got, I think, a little bit of fuel, enough left to just do one more little patrol, and we'll go back and investigate this thing going under. Because this should be a pretty quick sinking, really. 2 holes in it from torpedoes, rough seas, front completely submerged now. Really, like if we go under and take a look at it, she is working her way down quite quickly. Which is good news for us. Then once this thing goes over, I'll take a look at the mission, see how close we are to actually finishing, and hopefully we can come across another one or two of these, get them under, and return home to end the patrol, and not just refill our fuel tanks and torpedo bays. Because really, we want to keep advancing this war, and we don't want to really stall out the war effort. This thing is definitely gonna just pretty soon now. This thing's just gonna do a nosedive for the bottom. The front, very waterful, full of water. Waterful, that could work. You know, if you're taking a quick literal way of describing it, it is definitely full of water, so it is waterful. It's sad to think English is my first language. When you consider my skills with German, then that's my second language. It's probably not that surprising. Yeah, this thing's definitely going under right quick. I'm hoping, what I really want to see, and I don't know if I'll ever see it, but I really want to get one that goes like totally vertical, but early on. I've had it when it's just been like the little aft section, but I want this thing to just flip around and totally go vertical. I don't think that's going to happen though. Not with this ship. Not today. Or at least not right now. Who knows what else I'm going to sink today. Hopefully more big vessels. And none of them, you know, fishing ships. Which I stand by shooting torpedoes at those things. Because they do crazy things when you shoot them with torpedoes. They react in a very comical way. And there she goes. How much is left up? Probably not much. Just the last flag. Couple of lifeboats, which, you know, it's unfortunate that those didn't get deployed. But, these things are big, too. Like, I don't know how deep it is. It's roughly something. And this guy's almost at the bottom, in fact. Well, maybe not. He's still got... Well, no, he's pretty close to the bottom. And he's still got some stuff on the surface. So this is a very long ship. Which is good. Long ships mean a big reward. Come on, you can make it. You can make it. You can make it. Bloop. It's gone. And there she goes. Has she touched bottom yet? And yeah, I think she has, so she's just gonna settle now. So really, like, that is a big ship. I'm pretty happy with that. Let's go ahead and return to our submarine. Let's get out of the periscope view because we don't need to be there. No, we're going up. We're going up. We're going up. We're going up. There we go. Ooh. Rough seas. Rough seas. I think I might go back down. This is looking a bit crazy. And, you know, safety first, guys. Thank you. Nope, down. All right, let's take a look at the mission board. And yeah, I mean, one more of those ships should get this Northwestern Approaches mission completed. Well ahead of schedule, too, I might add. So that is exciting. We are now in December, so winter's upon us. Well, I guess winter's been upon us for a while. You know, it's UK winter. It's not really winter. Anyway, before I say too much more about the weather, it's a boring topic anyway, I will be back when something actually exciting happens. Alright, so our supplies are running a bit low. We've got just under just over half a tank left. And our torpedoes are sitting there, you know, doing their thing. I camped out here for about half a day Just waiting to see if any ships would be coming through, and I couldn't pick anything up on my sonar. I could try moving it a bit closer, but of course, screw it. Let's move in a bit closer, shall we? Yeah. Alright, back if something exciting happens. Alright, so something exciting happened. We have a freighter steaming towards us. And what I've gone ahead and done is just put myself in a little bit of an intercept course. Oh, come on, don't play games with me. Okay. I want to be the one playing games. Yes. So, she's basically steaming right towards us. Now, I could try and line up a shot like that, but that might be a bit too close. I may have been a bit more aggressive in my placement. Come on, give me the periscope control. Thank you. And so we may be required here to pull off a little bit of a... Oh, let's put our forward torpedoes on. That's a good idea. May be required to pull off a bit of a curvy shot here. But on the plus side, can I have my periscope, please? Thank you very much. That is far too fast. I don't want my periscope now. Disengage. 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 Thank you. Let's drop that speed back down to 1. And we'll just wait. We'll just wait here with our shot lined up. I'd like to get that in 300 meters, but... You know, whoa, 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 whoa. Way too twitchy. Way too twitchy. Almost there. Almost there. Los! That might not be good. That might be off to the side a bit. So let's just back ourselves up and readjust. So if that's us there, we'll want to go more to the southwest. So we'll want to put a bit of a direction change on the south, although we are going backwards, so I may have done that backwards. It doesn't look like it, though. So that's good. Should be able to keep that guy in our view. And let's actually swap over to tube 2. And we'll just wait and see what happens here. And is it going to hit? Is it going to hit? It might. It might be just grazing it. Let's see. We can just stop now. And that is a confirmed miss. So that is depressing. But they don't know we're here. And if this thing's just an unarmed freighter, which I believe it is, we might just want to use a deck gun. How fast are you going? 11 knots. The deck gun is a very real possibility for this. It's identifying as a freighter, so chances are it won't try and shoot back. Although, with this waiting game we're playing here, that'll probably be about where it's going to intercept the 2. And of course, I could always increase speed on this thing. How about full speed? Full speed, we might be able to get a shot off right quick. Okay, let's get this back down to the 300 meter range. Yeah. And I want to make sure this is nicely lined up. So basically I can shoot a bit in front of it or behind it, but not to the left or right, which makes sense. Anyway, we'll fire that guy off. That should be good. We'll lower the periscope, raise ourselves up. And thanks to the horrible seas...
Yes, sir.
Man the deck gun.
Man the deck gun!
Awesome. There's your target. Get firing, Max. Yeah, yeah, that's what I'm talking about, Max. And the torpedo is a confirmed hit, I do believe. Let's go ahead and check out the damage we're causing, because I have a feeling this freighter did not see any of this coming. So there is our torpedo hole, I would imagine. Big gaping asshole in the hull. Alright, we don't have any other ones here. Nope. We got Max effectively shelling this massive target from, you know, all things considered, pretty close range. They've got their spotlights out, but you know what? It's a bit too late for that, guys. Pretty sure you guys are going under. So, with that in mind... No, go down. We had the right idea. I know, it's going to be wet. Should have thought about that when you joined the, well, even the Kriegsmarine. Let alone the... Alright. Let's see here. So... We're about what? I'm going to say 200 meters out? Let's see. Yeah, that seems about right. We got our armor-piercing shells on the go. Oh, well, it's going under now. Okay. Well, thank you, Max, for letting me get a shot off. That's much appreciative. Or I'm much appreciative. Onto the conning tower. And that ship's definitely going under. Let's check our mission status. And I mean, it moved, but not enough. And considering our supplies at the moment, we are going to head back home. So we'll sneak through there. Well, I guess not really home, but fuel. Little fuel pit stop there. And well, U-41, I believe that's our designation, sails on home. Take a look at this flaming wreck. See how long it takes to go under. Now, it is much shallower here. So, that doesn't really have much of an impact on anything. Are you going to tell us the depth? No, you're not. That's handy. Really just the one hole below the waterline, but I mean, that's really all we need. Venting smoke from the portholes. Yeah. Sink, 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 sink. Now we all know what's going down. And quite a surprise too. I think it's safe to say that the crew of this freighter had no idea what was going on. So perhaps in future hits, it'll be better to get as close as possible, unleash a torpedo, pop up, and while that torpedo's still in the water, just start firing. It certainly is something to consider for future sinkings caused by me. That's pretty good placement of those two shots there. And is that even the torpedo hole? Now that I look at that, I mean, that's not looking all that big. But, can't really tell where that torpedo would have gone. Just, you know, it's a little unfortunate. Generally, the holes are bigger than that. That looks like it's just been shot from the deck gun. Regardless, she's going down. So, yeah. victory for us. Let's get rid of this deck gun control tooltip, because we don't need to see that. Glorious, refreshing water. I mean, for me to drink, not obviously for these guys on the ship right now. They're probably scared shitless of water. And I couldn't blame them, really. Not smooth seas by any stretch of the imagination. It's December, and this is way up north, so it's got to be freaking stupid cold. What do we... Okay, yeah, that's still active. Well, I'll be sure to secure that gun, maybe, before we go under again, guys. Don't worry. This thing really is taking its time. Let's just go up to 4 times speed acceleration. Bobbing and weaving its way under. Yes. Sink. 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 I think it's gonna sink. Yeah, she's definitely going down. Man, with those clouds flying past, realizing of course we're under time acceleration, but that makes it look even more impressive. It's like a big fearful storms moving in. It really isn't the case. Oh! For all you pyromaniacs out there, I am sorry I missed that explosion. There were 2 of them and I missed both. One under time acceleration and one because I decided, hey, let's go under. Watch this puppy start to drop under. The aft should still be pretty seaworthy, so well, even there the waves are starting to have an effect on it. A lot of water on the deck. The hole we punched through the bridge, I'm sure, is making things difficult. Of course, the 2 holes in the hull make things arguably more difficult. And who knows, maybe that hole we punched in the bridge there just enabled people to escape quicker, provided they weren't there when the hole was created, because then they're not escaping. They're dead. Just, you know, sad, but these are digital people we're talking about, so, you know, they're not real people. That's what I tell myself to get to sleep at night. Oh, definitely going under quickly now. Let's get a better view of this. Yeah, sink. Go under. Drop to the depths. In fact, the whole thing's under now, isn't it? Yeah, she's definitely gone. Smokestack filled. Off to a watery grave. And that flag still flapping in the breeze. Loves it. Alright, well, with that ship well under the water, we're just going to continue on sailing home to resupply, so I will be back when something exciting happens. Alright, so we've got another warship on the horizon, and I can't really make it out. But that doesn't look like the same type of warship that I've been sinking, which are the freighters, but I could be wrong. But the back end looks a little bit different, and the front end looks a little bit different. Now I could get cheaty and fly over there with the old F2. Maybe it is the same type. But what I'd rather do is leave it as a bit of a surprise. So this guy's going 15 knots. We're going 15 knots. We've got the fuel to get there. If push comes to shove, to get back to refuel, I could always submerge and go on electric power if I need to. Now, this should get us in relatively close. So let's just speed up time a bit. And we'll slow her there. Let's take a look at our range. We're about, just under 5 kilometers out. And that might indeed be the same class of ship that we have been sinking like madmen. So, this is good news for us. If we're able to get to our point relatively quickly, we should be able to slink under thanks to our great diving training and pop a couple torpedoes into it. Yeah, I think it is the same class. I think now that we're closer, I can make out the rear deck or the aft deck, and the front of it and all that other stuff. I was concerned that this stuff right up here, that looks like a big giant gun, kind of, was a big giant gun, and if that was the case, then well, you know, I'd be approaching this with a bit more caution. But the way it is, if this is what I think it is, we should be pretty safe in popping under and sinking it. So, as we inch closer to our destination, gonna get myself ready. We'll pop this guy up. As always, nice and early, because, hey, that's how I'll roll. If we pop up to speed 3... we might be able to get ourselves an intercept shot, but I want to get a bit closer to where I actually want to be. And that's looking good. Let's cut our engines and drop under. And in fact, what we might want to do is just reposition ourselves kind of like so. And we can give ourselves just a little bit of speed to do that. But I don't want to get any further ahead. I just want to get myself pointed in a better direction to get these shots off. I don't need to get closer. And since this is an armed ship, there is no way I'm going to be popping up to use my deck gun on this guy. This is 100% pure torpedo killing, because it's safer that way. You don't expose yourself. You don't make yourself a target for those deck guns on this freighter, which you don't want, because you don't want to get shot when you're in a submarine. I could really use the waves to cooperate here. Please. Please, there were such calm seas. I don't understand where this weather's coming from. There we go. Oh, we're getting close. So let's zoom in, get our range set properly. And this is kind of a snipe. This is a long distance shot. So we're going to have to be nice and careful about this. And yeah, we're shooting at about 25, 30 degrees to get this shot. That's just fine. It should be coming in at a nice angle on the ship too. Nice broadside with a torpedo. So close. So close. Los! There we go. Now, in case this thing doesn't connect, I might actually want to increase speed just a little bit. But I'm not sure I want to increase speed. Well, yeah, in that direction should be good. We've got kind of an intercept triangle going on here, but maybe out a bit more like that would be better for lining up a second shot. Of course, maybe this torpedo will disable their engines, and we'll have to readjust again. I'm not sure. Time will tell, and time should be telling actually pretty quickly here. That's looking bang on. So let's see if we can get a bit artsy here. Get ourselves set up for a nice explosion shot. And indeed, it is the same class of armed freighter. So that's good. We know that this ship is going to be worth a lot, but, you know, I was kind of hoping for something new. That looks like it hit dead in the center. Which makes sense, because that's where I aimed. So that should have definitely slowed her down. Let's see. Take me back to that. And you are traveling 6 knots now, so yeah. She's definitely slowed down. Let's load up another tube. And we might be able to get another shot off just like this. So let's... Is that going to be... Yeah, let's kill our velocity. And slowly but surely... Come on, ship. You can do it. Actually, that's looking like a pretty good shot right there. Los. There we go. So that should be, yeah, dead straight. Let's see if we can follow this in. How good are my camera skills? Can I follow a torpedo? No, she's turned a bit. Set on an intercept course now, provided that ship continues traveling. Yeah, I think this is going to be good. Go on torpedo cam. Maybe we can go under. Let's take a look, see how we're progressing. Coming in. Yeah, we can see the ship now. Oh, I don't know about this. I don't know about this. This might be a miss. This is looking like it might be a miss. Just a little bit too far forward, I imagine. And that is a disastrous miss. Alright, well, I would imagine that meant that this thing was in the process of slowing down, but that doesn't look to be the case. So let's load up tube 3. And we're getting lined up nice for a shot at 2. Which means we are getting closer. Oh man, that torpedo missed. We know it. Can you just take your finger off the stopwatch? Or put your finger back on the stopwatch, whatever. We don't need the ticking. It's adding pressure. What if this one misses? Oh my. And I might just want to give ourselves a burst of speed. I think she's putting in a course correction to kind of get away from us. Which, I mean, I would do that if I was the freighter captain. I wouldn't want to get sitting around waiting to get hit by another torpedo. So close. So close. Los. Let's hope that works. Let's get that torpedo cam action going. It's made a nice turn to the direction of the ship. Oh, saving. Yes. Critical. This one is looking a whole lot more promising. It might be in the middle again, but you know what? Middle's okay. Middle means we hit it. And I don't think these ships can withstand too many torpedo hits. I mean, really, these things are high explosives. Like, this is, you know, pretty damaging. Boom! Another hit. And yet the ship keeps going. That's 2 torpedoes we sunk into this freighter. And she's managing to slink away, which I'm not a fan of. Thankfully now, we're in a position where... How's our battery power doing? It should be doing just fine. We're not going crazy on the time acceleration or anything like that. Let's get that mini-map back up. And let's load up Tube 4. And we're going 4 knots here. We're going to need a bit more speed. I think they're going 7, so we might even need to kick it up to 4. Let's do that. I don't want this thing getting away from me. And while I'm fairly confident that I'm close enough that I can just, like, dummy fire these things, I'm not that confident. I've already wasted 1 torpedo. I don't need to waste another one. In fact, though, I should check and see, did that other... Yeah, that other torpedo really slowed him down, so we actually don't need to be going that quickly. Although really, with it only going 1 knot, I wouldn't be surprised if... Let's see, we're almost loaded up on Tube 2, so that's good. And we know it's traveling forward, so if we aim a bit forward, and it could still hit the middle. So let's just try dummy fire. Let's just see if that's going to hit. I imagine it will. Let's follow that torpedo. As long as it turns, and it does, then yeah. I mean, this thing should hit no problem then, because it's a big target. It's a big target with another hole in it. Yeah! And that indeed is all that ship needed. 3 torpedoes, 2 in the middle, 1 right, basically underneath the bridge. So that's good. We can see some debris floating down there. It's always good, but again, no visible damage under the water, despite taking 3 torpedo hits. I'm fairly confident this thing's going down. So let's check our mission board, check our mission objectives, and I do believe that that is done. So, job well done, guys. Time to head back home and go talk to the BDU. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. Guntram von Babenberg, your U-boat ace, has himself another kill. Has himself another completed mission. In fact, with 2 more mission pegs, I believe, unless those 2 were added. I'm not really sure. Something I should have been paying attention to, but hey, it's me. I don't always pay attention to things. So we'll plop ourselves like that. And, our fuel's looking good. Our battery power's looking good. We've even got torpedoes to defend ourselves if somewhere along the way things go awry. I'm hoping we don't wind up turning into this wreck, because that would be a devastating way to complete this mission. We should be able to turn tight enough, right? Let's get some speed up. That'll get you turning tighter. And there she be. There's our glorious ship, rising from the depths, pulling up close alongside. Whoops. Might as well get on deck for this. Pulling up close to admire our handiwork. Admire, in fact, not admire. Yes, those guns silent now because we've killed off everybody, basically. Anybody who's still alive on that ship has got bigger concerns than shooting at an old U-boat, really. Yeah. Safe to say, Those days are numbered. One of the things that I've never really considered, but getting that close during an explosion, I'd like to see, because I doubt it's implemented. If it is, you know, feel free to correct me. But I would love to see, like, explosion damage there, like those bits and pieces that flew off during that explosion. If one of those hit my sub, I'd like to see that cause some damage. Again, I don't know if that's in or not, but it would be cool if it was. If for no other reason than it would teach an idiot like me to not pull up right next to a sinking ship that's on fire and, you know, probably going to explode. But since that isn't the case, I don't believe, or I'm just lucky and didn't get hit, we can enjoy those close sail-bys. That doesn't have the same ring as a drive-by, does it? Sail-by. Steam-by, maybe? Well, that'll just make you think about buying games on Steam. Cruise by? Yeah, that might work. Have a little cruise by this freighter we just sunk. I think the 2 holes I punched in the middle is keeping this sinking a little leveled out. Although certainly the third one was the devastating one. So I think I like placing shots sort of right underneath the bridge on these big armed freighters. That seems to be pretty successful. That was a big explosion, as opposed to just sort of plinking the side of it. I'm not sure how often I'll be able to get aim shots like that off. Working on getting this dummy system aiming to be a bit more accurate. But there's no way I'm going to start using the actual aiming thing. I haven't got the time or the patience to try and perfect that. So dummy aiming for old history nerd for now. Probably for forever. Because, I mean, it makes it a game. Makes it easy. There's no work involved. I like that. Yeah, slink under. Rest now. Your job is done. Your time on this surface world is over. Oop. Oh yeah, she's going under quick now. And away she goes. Bloop. Fare thee well, final ship. I'm glad I came across you, and I'm glad you were alone. You were a great end to the mission. Alright, well, with all that said and done, should be a pretty uneventful sail home, and I'll be back when we get back to port. And after a few more days at sea, I think we totaled 3? Yeah, after 3 days at sea to get back from our hunting grounds, we've finally returned to the port of Wilhelmshaven. And, yeah, we're just slowly returning. Victorious as always. And, yeah, it looks like we've got to plot a bit of a course. Whoa, really zoomed out there. To get us back to dock. Let's go ahead. Careful of that ship that's kind of just sitting there, and we'll sail on in. There we go. We will end our patrol. Couldn't have happened at a better time. The game was starting to get pretty laggy in the map view. So yeah. Filming time for this episode went a little bit longer. Just trying to find all those damn targets out in the North Sea. Never easy. You, sir.
Welcome back, Herr Cologne.
What are my orders? Thank you. So let's see. That is done. And, yeah. I'm not seeing anything else. So let's just close out of this.
Welcome back, Herr Cologne.
Nothing more to say, I guess. You there. We need some upgrades. We've got our wicked awesome conning tower. Our flak guns are not about to get upgraded, unfortunately. which is too bad. We could definitely use some upgrades there. We don't have any decoys to launch. We don't have any radar warning receivers. Our hydrophone is currently the best we can do. Right? No. No, it isn't. For some reason, we've gone back to the Horchgerat, when really we should be using the Crystal Dre Basisgerat. Because that's got 360-degree coverage and 20-kilometer detection instead of, I guess 20-kilometer detection, that's fine. Really, what I'm most concerned about is that not being on. So we're going to equip that, which is good. And then we're going to equip that, which is the better one, right? 24, 360 degrees. Okay, that's good. It's good. We're going to need to redo all our torpedoes. There we go. We're all loaded back up. And
Welcome back, Hacker.
Come in, Captain.
we're still waiting. Okay, I know what to do then. So what we're going to do is we're going to close out of this,
Welcome back,
and we're going to
Hacker.
just... Let's start a new patrol without choosing a mission. And unfortunately, what we might have to do is just sail out of port, turn around, come back into port, and then new missions will show up. I hope. Otherwise, I'm at kind of a loss. If we've run out of targets to sink, good for us, right? Like,
Returning to
All
course.
stop.
Ship sighted.
Bearing 5-1.
Half
Right.
speed ahead.
We
All
don't-
stop.
We're reaching
we
course
don't need
end.
that.
Would you like
Thank
to
you.
check out the new
Let's
course?
Let's just check. It's still just that one.
Sighted. It's one of ours. Bearing
There's
3-8.
no real
Shut
other
down
ships,
diesel
and
engines.
it's now late December. So... I don't know. Let's,
New waypoint. Course 359. Returning to
just
course.
sail out a bit.
Waypoint. Course 339.
Ship sighted. Bearing 1-6-2.
And then we'll pull a fancy
New
U-turn
waypoint.
and
Course
just come on back.
182.
Probably doesn't have to be that elaborate of a U-turn, but it's what I've decided to
Ship
do.
sighted. Bearing 2-2-8.
So let's just go and make sure. Oh, okay. So we do have our emblem up. That's good. I liked it in the front. But I guess on both sides, that's good. And somewhere on the deck here should be our fancy... There's our hydrophone. Excellent. We're all set. So let's just climb back up to the top of the conning tower and get on in. So, yeah. There's really no reason to show off my wonderful ability to sail around and do U-turns and stuff. So I will be back when we've got a new mission. Alright guys,
Welcome
so
back, Hacker.
when I go to this guy and say, hey, what are my
Come
new
in,
orders? We get that same briefing, that's fine. But there are no new missions to select. So, I'm kind of at a loss. Perhaps I blew through those missions too quickly. I'm not really sure. Regardless, this is going to be where we end the video for now. So, yeah, we're going to keep this as at sea, I suppose. It's kind of, actually, no. Well, waiting for missions. There we go. So I guess my crew's going to get a bit of shore leave. Well deserved. They've definitely put their time in. And they certainly are heroes to the Third Reich. So, something to take from that. Thumbs up if you have enjoyed this video. Leave your comments, questions, concerns, thoughts, jokes, musings, what have you below. Thank you all very much for watching. And we'll see you next time.